Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Andy Godoy Show. I'm your host Andy Godoy and I am back again with another one of these podcast YouTube shows that I do. So let me quickly fade down that music and press stop and then I'll tell you what I'm talking about. Boom. Right, so in today's film then, I'm going to be talking to you about not the bees, and that is the Wicker Man remake, which came out in 2006. Now, big shout out to Geoffrey Sinkeler on the Facebook group Get to the Chopper, because he sent me this film and he helped me complete a mission I was on. Call it a quest. My life feels empty now I haven't got a quest. What do I do with myself? But anyway, let me quickly tell you my journey with the film. And again, big shout out to Geoffrey for sending me this film. It's Region 2. I believe it's from Germany somewhere, and thank you so much. So anyway, this film, the 2006 film, is a remake, obviously, of the original film, which starred Edward Woodward as a man who goes to an island, and it's just a bit something is going on. And I always loved that. I always loved the fact that in modern day society, there was still something going on, you know, and it was eerie, it was creepy, it was suspenseful, the acting was great. Has it sort of dated? Yeah, it has to a certain extent, but I think that's what makes it even more eerie. It's of its time. And I loved it as a kid sort of growing up. It was scary. Maybe I watched the film a bit too young, but it always made a big impact on what, you know, I watched. Anyway, years later, this film came out. It came out in the cinema. Didn't watch it then. I heard a few bad reviews, but I'm like, well, you know what? It doesn't have to be great, you know, because the original is such a classic that there's no way this film can compete with it. And so I thought, I'm gonna go into it. It can't be that bad. I watched it. Oh my God. You know, it was like one of the worst films I have seen. Still to this day, it still is. It was a terrible film. I didn't enjoy it. I thought it was just pitiful in comparison. There was no suspense, over the top acting. Just everything was really done wrong in this film. Nicolas Cage, again, he's either good Nicolas Cage or bad Nicolas Cage. And in this, he was just so over the top, you know. He literally sort of says, not the bees, not the bees. He punches pretty much every woman on the island. He shouts at children. He robs someone dressed up in a bear costume, like from Rainbow. But anyway, so I didn't like it. I hate it. I despised it. It was one of the worst films I'd seen, you know. And then one day, you know, like me and Damien, we just wanted to watch rubbish films. You know, Damien's my best mate, and when we do hang out, it's so much fun. And he came over, we had some drinks, you know, we had some food, we watched this film, and that is when the film took on a life of its own. I went into the film thinking, you know what, it's a terrible film. I was expecting a suspenseful horror film that was almost going to be as good as the original. Now I see this film as an unintentional comedy. You know, like when you watch something like Kindergarten Cop, or, you know, watch one of Arnie's comedy sort of type films, it feels like that, you know. So I don't take the film seriously. I mean, even from the get-go, when you see him, now Nicolas Cage is just like a very cheesy actor, you know. He's just got this smile, his receding hairline is always amazing, and I can't laugh because I'm politically challenged as well. But I love his little hairpiece that he's got. It's just amazing. So even from the get-go, the interaction he has with the people, this woman that's there, I love this film. But anyway, so watching the film with Damien really just made me love this film. I love this film so much, you know, because it was the laughter between me and Damien watching this film, the alcohol, the food, and we were celebrating how cheesy this film was, and I loved it. Now, I had streamed the film, but I've been collecting Blu-rays, and this is where it gets interesting because I searched everywhere for this film in, you know, England and the UK. I went Amazon, eBay, loads of other shops, like Music Magpie. Could not find it anywhere. And I thought, well, I don't want to import it from the States because that's region 1, I believe, and we're region 2 here, so it won't work. And I haven't got region 3 Blu-ray player. I mean, I just use my PlayStation. And yeah, so my quest began every sort of like few weeks. I'd search nothing. And then one day I just put it out on Facebook and I was like, you know, can anyone help me find this film? And then there was an answer. It was not Delight. It was Geoffrey. And he said, I found it. And I'm like, it's out there in the wild. There is a copy still available that hasn't been burnt by, you know, with the Wicker Man. And he said, would you like me to buy it? And I'm like, oh my God, please buy this film. Please buy it. And he did. And it took a while for it to arrive. But hey, it was worth the wait. It was like a kid waiting for Christmas. You guys have no idea how much I love like my terrible films. And this is terrible, but I love it. I love it. And I've watched it since then and it hasn't gotten any better. But you know what? It's a sort of film that honestly you need to go into with an open mind. The acting is terrible. The Nicolas Cage is over the top. And again, he just goes around hitting every single woman on the island for no reason. He insults everyone. The character is unlikable, you know, and that's one of the things that me and Damien, when we first watched this film a while back, we pointed out. We've done a podcast on it, by the way, guys, for Get to the Chopper, called Good Film, Bad Film, The Wicker Man. So check that out. We had just freshly watched it. I think there was alcohol flowing through our veins. So anyway, this film is just... it's unintentionally one of the best comedies I've absolutely seen ever. You know, it's just everything from the get-go, from the little girl, just the way he interacts with the little girl, and the little girl just throws a thing there, and then it gets hit by a truck, the car that they were parked off the roadside, and he's smashing the car, and he's like really over the top, and he gets blown up, and just even that I found absolutely hilarious. That's just, Nicolas Cage should do a lot more comedies, honestly, because the way he did this, he was like, you know, like if you watch a comedy, you've got like the straight man and you got the comedian, and Nicolas Cage was like the straight man on this. It was brilliant. Actually, you know what it reminded me of? Have you guys ever seen Something About Bob? I think it's a Richard Dreyfuss and Bill Murray film where Richard Dreyfuss is like a psychiatrist and Bill Murray is his patient. And, you know, Bill Murray starts really driving Richard Dreyfuss insane, and Richard Dreyfuss is a straight man, you know, to the Bill Murray's funny man. And this is what this kind of felt like. It felt like, you know, like this sort of man going really sort of crazy with what was going on, over the top acting, really dramatic. But I love it, honestly. I'd really recommend that you watch this film. Hey, have a few beers or whatever your drink of choice is, have a few friends round, expect the worst sort of film. Now, I am actually collecting loads of terrible films as well. I have got Masters of the Universe. I'm going to get Jaws the Revenge. I'm going to get Superman 4. I just love watching rubbish films with friends because you can laugh at like unintentionally funny films. Overall, this film, okay, it's not as bad as everyone made it out to be. You know, it's not great. You know, if I was to review it now, I'd probably give it like a 2 out of 5, you know, because it's nicely shot. You know, that's it. But mostly, I give it high praises because it's like funny, you know, I absolutely love it. He's got such an attitude, you know, from the moment he arrives on the islands. But anyway, so I just want to say I've rewatched this. Big shout out to Geoffrey Sinkeler for sending me this. I really, really appreciate it. I didn't have to pay him, so thank you so much. It means the world to me. And I've got an episode coming up of the Andy Godoy Show, where I'm playing lots of music that he chose, which is some gaming music. Now, I will be doing loads more episodes of the Andy Godoy Show and Get to the Chopper coming up soon. I've just been very, very busy with real life and stuff like that, and I'll probably explain some of that somewhere down the line. But I'm feeling good, feeling happy. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe this video if you haven't already. Hit the bell notification. It'll tell you when my videos show up. And yeah, you can follow me on Instagram at The Andy Godoy Show. Also on Twitter at Andy Godoy Show. Now, I've also got another podcast, Get to the Chopper. Please check that out. And with that, I am done and dusted. I shall see you all next time. Let me hit the music and I shall say goodbye. Goodbye.